Hello. This video is designed to show you how to answer mathematical formula questions of the nature that you'll have in MS 131. So, for example, here's one of the assignments that you'll be required to complete. You notice that you have two options for submitting your assignment online. There's a text entry box, which you may use, or you may upload a Word document file where you can provide these answers as well. What I'll show you how to do is use what's called the rich content editor and what we use to write mathematical formulas known as LaTEX, which is a special text box allowing you to write these kinds of formulas. So if I was going to be trying to submit this assignment, what I would do is click on my assignment so I can choose if I want to upload a file or enter text. And in this case, I'm going to try to enter text. What you'll see pop up here is known as the rich content editor. In the rich content editor, you have a number of choices, just like you would on a Word file. You can bold text, italicize it, underline it, change its color, change the background color, change the formatting, align it, superscripts, subscripts, all of these things, bulleted lists, numbered lists. There's two things in here that will pay special attention to. The first is if you're being required to construct a truth table. The easiest way to do it is I would say, well, if I have to create a truth table for problem 4, I would go in and number my problem 4, and I might write answer below. From there, if you go to the table tool in the rich content editor and you go on the pull down, you'll see you have a choice. You can create your table and simply say, well, how many rows and columns might I need? It's easy to add rows and columns once you've entered your table, so don't feel that if you don't enter enough from the start, you're creating a fatal error. So let's say for this example, I need 2 columns and I need 3 rows, or say 2 rows. And then I start to enter my answer and I realize, oh, you know what? I need a column to label things and I need rows that are labeled, which means I need to add some things. So I need to add an extra column and an extra row. If you'll see, you have this handy editor tool here. Let's say I've noticed it later. Oh, all I have to do is click on the table. You'll see it's highlighted and this little assistant pops up. You can easily navigate around and there are little pins here, so it'll tell you I can add a row before or after. So let's say I want to add a row before because I want a top row for labels. And now I want to add a column, and I want to add a column before, and there I go. I can also change the aspect or the size of this by grabbing one of the handles, one of those square pull handles on the side, and moving this table to the size that I need. And let's say I want as my first label and column 2 as my second label in the columns, and then row 1 as my first label and row 2 as my second label. And that's how you create a table, which you will use in the creation of your truth tables. Now, let's say I want to erase all of this. Okay, that's easy to do. I can erase the whole thing by clicking X on delete table, and it all goes away. Now that's how you create tables. Now the next thing you'll want to do is, in order to write these formulas, that you see, especially get the arrow buttons and things, you're going to need to use the math editor, which we call LaTeX, which is this. So to insert a math equation, let's say I wanted to repeat the commutative equivalence. So in this case, what I want to do in this case as an example is write this same problem that's written up there. So I would go to the line where I wish to write my equation and then click on the icon for Insert Math Equation. You'll see a box pop up here, and you'll write your equation in this box. And you'll also notice a series of tabs for any number of mathematical symbols you may use. In this case, we're going to find that most of the truth tables and other problems we do will require arrows, operators, and relationships. And in a few cases, for example, here and here, we will use BASIC. So first, if I need to repeat the commutative excellence, what I can do is just start typing. So one of the easiest ways, and you'll find that one of the helpful tools in the math editor in LaTeX is that anytime I create parentheses or I create braces or brackets, it automatically creates the close. So that way I don't forget to close my parentheses or my brackets or my braces. So here I need the statement P. Now I need to find the symbols that we're going to be using, and I'll find those as operators. And here are the two symbols that we'll be using quite a lot in this unit. We'll see some others later. I simply click on it and it appears. And now I can move right out of that. So I've completed my first parentheses. I need my arrow set. Under the arrows tab, you'll find the different arrow sets you'll need. And then I finish my statement. And then when I'm finished, I click Insert Equation, and it pops up right down in the Rich Content Editor. I can use this inside cells of a table that I create in the Rich Content Editor. Any number I can, as long as I'm in that Rich Content Editor, I can use it. It's a very handy tool, and it will be one of the key assistances or assistant tools that you'll use in your course. This box will also show up in any exams or assessments that you have. So in the exam, you may be asked to do a truth table or to write a problem in this notation, and that editor as well as the table function will be there in the Rich Content Editor for you. And so you'll find that you'll actually be able to write this very neatly within the Canvas environment, and then when you're done with all of that, you may click Submit Assignment. You'll see that your submission was logged, and that's basically how you use those two handy tools to complete your math homework in the course. And you will be surprised how easy and how rapid you get with it. As you practice with it, you will get much faster. So two handy tools that will help you navigate your course.